All right, guys, so in this video, we're talking free discovery calls versus paid discovery calls. What do you do? I want to hear it. Drop it in the comments below. Do you do paid discovery calls or do you do free calls? This question for me, when I'm talking to docs, comes up every couple weeks or so. And so I'm going to give my opinion on it. For the longest time, I did free. But it depends on how much you want to protect your time. And so I would say if you're early on in the game, like if you're just starting out and your calendar is empty, like you have a lot of openings, I'd probably recommend doing free and just play the volume game. Because if you're just starting out and you have an empty calendar, you need those at-bats. You need some reps. You need practice. You need people to talk to. Okay, you know, money comes from people. You need to take some swings for some singles, doubles, triples, home runs, whatever you decide to do, but you need those reps. You need the practice. You need to talk to people. So early on, if you have an empty calendar, you just get started, then I would say that focus on free. That's what I did. Last summer I was averaging north of 110 calls a month. A lot of volume. Burnt myself out. My fault. I should have hired a team. Put a bunch of health coaches underneath me, but I didn't. I took the calls and I burnt myself out, which is why I'm doing more challenge stuff and more evergreen, automated stuff these days. So early on, it's a game of quantity over quality, okay? Then, once you start to fill that sucker in, now you start taking, 6, 7, 8, 10 calls a day, then you can make a switch. You can make a pivot into paid calls. It's a couple clicks. Like you get into my funnel, somebody fills out first name, last name, email, phone number. Instead of me taking them into the calendar, I take them into an order form. And for me, it's 97. So the 97 for me, what I'm trying to do is protect my time. Okay, my time is my most precious resource. It's not the money. What I'm trying to do is weed out the tire kickers and the plate lickers and the information seekers. Right? I'm trying to weed some of that stuff out. A 97 does that. So now you can push a couple buttons, and now you can increase the quality and diminish the quantity. Does that make sense? But I would pack that sucker full first. And then when your time slots become more valuable, then you can flip a switch, push a couple buttons and pivot into paid discovery calls. Okay? That's what I'd recommend. You can do whatever the dang hell you want, but I'm just telling you what I did this for a long time, worked very, very well, but it's a volume game and it can burn you out. It burnt me out. And then eventually you can get to the paid strategy where you're increasing the quality and not so much making up for volume. So, and like I said, I do the 97. You can do whatever you want. You can do some. And then what I tell them, I on that page, that order form page, I say, that 97, yes, it reserves your time, but we will happily refund that 97 if we feel that we cannot help you. And if we can, we'll bury that 97 into your care plan if you decide to move forward. So they're not losing it, but it's a me to separate the people that are serious and have a problem and want this thing fixed versus the people that are just wasting your time. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, hopefully this training was helpful. I want to know, what do you do? Chime in below. Make sure you subscribe too so that you don't miss future trainings. See you in the next one.